If you think the bonnet looks bad, the bit underneath doesn't look much better. I'm sure this has never been cleaned in all the time that Lynn's owned it, and we're going to sort it out. It's kind of a two-stage process. The first is to prep it and then cover it in a degreaser, and then we'll come back a little bit later to jet wash it off. And this is a good example of really where if you're going to valet a car properly, you really do need to have a jet washer. Either buy one yourself or borrow one from a mate. Prepping the engine before you start putting any fluids on, though, is really important. Number one is you've got to make sure that the engine is cold. Absolutely, definitely. Next thing is go around and remove all the bits of debris, bits of tree, leaf, seeds, all that kind of stuff from in here where the grills and air vents are. It all accumulates here naturally. So just sweep it out with the long handled brush. Again, perfect example of why having the tape on here protects the bodywork, because when you've got the brush down in this groove, you could easily damage the paintwork. Now you won't get all the debris out here, but as long as you get the worst out, it's fine, because then the pressure washer will sort out the rest of it. Okay, next thing is to make sure that all the reservoirs, fluid reservoirs, are covered and the lids are tight, because you don't want any of the degreaser going in any of those reservoirs. So just go around and make sure all the lids are on. Particularly make sure that the oil filler cap's nice and tight. Make sure the air box for the air filter's sorted and closed up, because if the car's just been serviced or something, that might just be open, you don't want to get water in there. That's fine. And then you move on to the electrics. And the best way to protect the electrics is to cover them in cling film. And you really need to cover anything that you think might potentially be a problem if it got water into it. Fuse boxes, relay boxes, any electronics. And sometimes these boxes, you have no idea really what's in them. If in doubt, cover it up. I'm going to spray the engine with the same degreaser I used on the wheel arches, but before I do that, just a bit of body shampoo mixed up over the top of the wings, just in case there's any overspray with the degreaser. It protects the paintwork. Now obviously this paintwork really probably isn't any point in protecting it, but that's a tip on your own car at home. If you've got some nice paintwork, just protect it both sides. Then, before you put any moisture in the engine bay at all, take the keys out of the ignition, because if you get a short in some electronics box in there that then puts your central locking on, your keys will be inside the car, and you don't want that. So make sure your keys are on you, and then cover the thing in degreaser. If you can, starting from the bottom up, and just soak it.